Honorable members, on 15th February 2023, I received a petition from the members of Karamoja Parliamentary Group on the alleged mismanagement of relief items that were meant for vulnerable communities of Karamoja. I administratively referred the matter to a sectoral committee of presidential affairs. I gave them 2 weeks to report back to the House, and I want to request members, let's not go diversionary. The member or the minister who is responsible for Karamoja is there. If there was any diversion, it is not anybody's fault. I saw iron sheets in Bukedea. I did not ask for them, but I ordered that they should be given to schools. Innocently. I did not open a shop, sell them, but they were given to schools, government schools. So I don't want other ministers to be pulled into what they are not concerned. Let everybody carry his own cross. Let's wait for a report to come back from the committee, and this House will take a decision. Honorable members, let's restrain from making those utterances that are not going to help. We must solve a problem in this House. Honorable members, pursuant to Rule 1313 of the Section 1313 of the Public Finance Management Act, we are meant to receive the ministerial policy statements by 15th March. However, because we cannot wait up to March, I am requesting that we receive the statements by 14th, so that we have a day to look at what is left and what is being processed. And of course, the timely processing of submission of these reports is very important for us. Honorable members, during this recess, our two colleagues, Honorable Segrinya Mohammed and Honorable Sewanyana, who had been on remand for over 1 year, were given bail finally. We want to thank God for that. And at an ample time, I think they will come to the House. They are still members of this House. Honorable members, on Saturday, 18th February, Uganda long-distance runner Jacob Kiplimoi and Joshua Cheptegei won the first and third place in the race, respectively. In the senior men's 10-kilometer race during the 44th World Cross Country Championship. We want to congratulate them, and the Minister of Sports, congratulations.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when the government is involved in a crime of industrial scale,
Pardon?
That government, its ability to deliver any service is curtailed. It is the reason the minister has mentioned in the Mabati are hiding. The 2 weeks time that you've spoken about in your communication from the chair, we will abide by it, but we need to find interim measures. Because if you have a whole cabinet from Prime Minister involved in that crime of disappearing iron sheets for Karamoja, that government cannot come here and speak. Maybe, Madam Speaker, my suggestion, you suspend Parliament for 2 weeks. When that report comes and we deal with that problem of industrial scale, then we can, because I imagine, will the Prime Minister stand there or the deputies, and they want to address Parliament? Madam Speaker, I want to implore you, we will not die if you suspended Parliament for 2 weeks. And the first business of this Parliament is discussing the theft and disappearing of iron sheets and goats for Karamoja. Madam Speaker, I want to plead with you.
Honorable Ssemujju, the principle of presumption of innocence still stands. You cannot say that maybe somebody was given iron sheets. I've just given you my scenario. They sent iron sheets to Bukedea. They were given to students. How would I know? I mean, let people take responsibility for their actions. And I am not going to suspend the House. If you want to go for another 2 weeks on your own, you can go. And honorable members, let's go into serious issues. Let's go into serious issues. Lira, please move your motion.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honorable Basale Rasid.
Madam Speaker, the procedural issue I am raising.
Is on roll what?
I am going to cite the rule after the matter. That now that you have ruled this matter will be dealt with after 2 weeks. And we have...
which matter?
The one of iron sheets.
I thought you don't discuss something that they have ruled on.
Yeah, I'm not discussing. I am just raising a matter of procedure. With the Prime Minister's name involved over 3,000 iron sheets. If I have questions to ask now, who do I ask? Because she has gone into hiding.
Honorable members, some order. We have a committee, a sectoral committee. Honorable members, we have a sectoral committee of presidential affairs, and that committee is going to examine that issue exhaustively. If they will need the Prime Minister or any other minister, they will call that person, and the report will be brought to this House. We will discuss that report. Whoever is found culpable will be dealt with. So let's not start anticipating what is going to happen. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm raising this matter of procedure under Rule 30 and Rule 199. Under Rule 30, Madam Speaker, petitions that come to this House, there are provisions on how those petitions must be presented. But I want to underscore the fact that every petition that comes to this House must, one way or the other, find itself laid on the table here, so that members of Parliament can then understand what are the issues, substantive issues in those petitions. That is the reason why my colleague Honorable Ssemujju and the rest are raising and mentioning iron sheets that I am not aware. So what are the substantive issues that the members of Parliament from Karamoja raised that you have referred to the Committee on Presidential Affairs? Even when the rules gives you, Madam Speaker, the latitude to refer it, after referring it, that petition must be presented here. Because under 199, the House means the House of Parliament sitting in the chambers. I beg that you give guidance so that this petition is laid here and the presenters give us what are the issues that Karamoja wants this House to address.
Thank you. That issue of Karamoja came when you were on recess, we were on recess. That's why we administratively first referred there. The petition will be laid on table. The petition will be, yes, Law.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
I hope you people are not delaying this motion because you don't want the homosexuality. And I want to tell I want to tell this country, this time when we are voting, people will vote by show of hands. This business of people running away, we will not allow that issue. You're either with us or you're with the Western world.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. And I agree with your guidance. I am sure the homosexuals will run away. The thieves are very difficult to chase. They are even harder, Right Honourable Speaker, as you know it. The Honourable Odul ably represented my sentiments, and I would only like to pray that the petition is officially tabled. And should we believe that, given the information available, there's need for amendment of the prayers, or to even occasion another petition to rhyme with the original petition, it could be done to rhyme with the time frame given by the House, Right Honourable Speaker. I hope it is done before end of the day tomorrow, that we are able to pick it and augment the matters that are now arising and visiting the same problem.
Thank you. At least the leader of opposition that I have, I've never seen my leader of opposition giving the speaker timelines. That is my leader of opposition. I'm surprised today. He can say, at least by end of tomorrow. Honorable Basalira, the Prime Minister is here. Honorable Prime Minister, you're welcome. While you are away, we had some issues here, and I don't know whether you will have a statement to present in regard to the iron sheets. If you don't have, if you don't have, I don't want you to be ambushed. You can bring a formal statement. Honorable members, I am the chair of the House. Honorable Basalira.
Speaker agete tusobola kwogera ku nsonga eno kubanga akakiiko kali mu kuginoonyerezaako. Naye ensonga eno nnene nnyo. Credibility ya gavumenti almost yasaanyeewo. Bwera olaba Nabbanja akawungezi konna ali mu kwesesa bwesesa. Kubanga kati ani anayogerera gavumenti? Nabbanja yatwala amabati 13. Vice President alupo naye yatwala. Mpaka abantu abo nga bamaze okubakiriyalenga. Niwe bayimiyo abantu batumala biseera kimate nga speaker nti parliament yegende ewummulemu week bit tugenda kufa. Tukomewo wano nga report emaze tulaga ababba amabaati oba bagakomeza oba babagobye. Tutandike oba tulina prime minister mulala oba ono nga bagaye nti amabaati yete yatwala baali bamuwayiriza. Naye gwe teebereza baala ne babadde mukomero kumala omwaka gumu n'emyezi 7. Katulina ba suspect ababbi b'amabaati badwesinga parliament. Ekyo nziwe buzibu bwendabyewo kati simanyi nga ngenda mbuuza Nabbanja nga prime minister nti kwene ensonga ogamba ki nti waliwo ababbi ekirala Nabbanja ogenda kukola ki? Speaker yeewozezaako agambye tasabanga mabaati. Kinvudde ngamba nti yage tulinde report engeri gyagambye nti tasabanga mabaati. Kati basooke batuwe report gwe tunaamanyira twagala muntu ayimira nga nti nze saalimu twagala report nga tennaba kujja parliament erina kutuula. Kuba eggwanga litusubira okuliyambako n'abakalamoje bagenda kwewuunya nti abantu abalimidde okuyamba abakalamoje babyeko embuzi n'amabaati tuli ku birala.
Right on, Speaker, I did write to you about my intention to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-homosexuality Bill. Right on, Speaker, I'm also aware that there are some colleagues who had similar minds over this matter. And Madam Speaker, I am glad that you have given us opportunity to move under Rule 79, Article 79, and Article 94 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, which is a motion seeking leave to introduce a private member's bill. Right, Honourable Speaker, cognizant of the fact that Article 79 of the Constitution empowers Parliament to make laws on any matter for the peace, order, good governance of Uganda, and whereas Article 94, Clause 4B and Rule 121 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament provide that a member of Parliament has a right to move a private member's bill, remembering that the Anti-Homosexuality Act 2014 was on the 20th of December as passed by this Parliament to enhance our cherished values and beliefs in God and sanctity of culture, concerned that on 1st of August 2014, the aforementioned important piece of legislation was declared unconstitutional, albeit on procedural irregularities and not on merit of the same, convinced that homosexuality is a human wrong that offends the laws of Uganda, threatens the sanctity of family, the safety of our children, and the continuation of humanity through reproduction, noting that the existing law, as enacted by the colonizers, needs improvement, which is lacking in the current Penal Code Act. Now, therefore, be it collectively and resoundingly resolved that this House grants me leave to introduce a private member's bill for an act entitled the Anti-Homosexuality Bill, a draft of which is hereto attached, and do order the publication of the said bill in preparation for the first reading. I beg to move, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Is the motion seconded? Is the motion seconded? Seconded by Honorable Nabbanja, Jonathan, Honorable Nsaba Buturo, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Itungo, Honorable Pendi, Honorable Father Nen, by the whole House. Even Honorable Senyon, even Honorable... Okay. As I said before, we should be counted. We should be counted. And we are going to vote by show of hands on this matter. Would you love to speak to your motion?
Right Honourable Speaker.
Briefly.
It is common knowledge that homosexuality has become a cancer. In this country or in this world, we talk about human rights. But it is also true that there are human wrongs. I want to submit, Right Honourable Speaker, that homosexuality is a human wrong that needs to be tackled through a piece of legislation. Right Honourable Speaker, this House had an opportunity to correct the anomaly then. That opportunity was lost, and the Constitutional Court nullified the law. We now have another opportunity to follow all the procedures to have a law regulating homosexuality. Right Honourable Speaker, what we need to do, Right Honourable Speaker, is that...
Did you say you want us to regulate homosexuality? We do not want homosexuality.
No. Right Honourable Speaker, a law to prohibit homosexuality.
To prohibit, yes.
A law to prohibit homosexuality by way of regulation, obviously. Right Honourable Speaker, the law we are talking about is not new. When this country was colonized by the British, they actually left a law with us on homosexuality. In fact, the Penal Code Act that the colonizers left in this country banned homosexuality, criminalized homosexuality. What we are trying to do is to look at the present circumstances and situations where there is now recruitment, promotion, and funding. So we want to look at this colonial law and have it in tandem with the current circumstances and situations. It is on that background, Right Honourable Speaker, that I beseech colleagues to join me in ensuring that we have a new law that addresses that cancer. I beg to submit, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Honorable Jonathan, as a seconder, the regulator. Briefly.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in law they say the facts speaks for itself.
Yes.
Honorable colleagues are aware. We have been seeing over social media, we have been seeing victims, we have been seeing young children, we have seen schools that are being threatened. So I think at this opportunity, the best time to deal with this matter decisively has now come. So I second and urge you to support the member who is prohibiting the homosexuality business in the country.
He withdrew it. Hey, he prohibited.
Yes, to prohibit.
Okay.
I kindly ask honorable members to support this.
Thank you. Father Nen. Members, we is seeking for leave. You have half a minute.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It first stood on procedural point because this issue at hand, it is a very contentious issue. As uploaded there on the computer, it is showing that I am the mover of this motion.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, but my fear
it is not a computer that is chairing the House.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Are you seconding or you?
Yes, I am here to second.
If you want to speak about the movership, then you first sit. Okay.
I'm seconding, but I wanted
to speak about your secondment.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The issue at hand is a public secret already, and we need to treat this as an act of terror on our children. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, during my second degree course in Urban University, Rome, I studied comparative studies of religions. And I learned that homosexuality is completely incompatible with the sacred scriptures, the Bible and the Quran. When you look at the Quran, Al-Haraf, Surah Al-Haraf 7:80 to 81, it says homosexuality, it is an haram, it is an act of haram, totally forbidden. And also in the Bible, we have the Quran here, even also in the Bible, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed because of the political and religious negligence of the people of the time. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, Uganda belongs to God. And our motto is very clear, for God and my country. We need to be true and honest to our motto and our profession. Right Honorable Speaker, Uganda's Vision 2040 states that by 2040, Uganda must have a healthy and productive population. This is one of the goals of Uganda Vision 2040. And my fear is by 2040, because of the increase in homosexuality, we shall be having a population of men and women who are weak and unable to work.
You're not speaking to the microphone.
Okay.
Can you conclude?
Men and women will be putting on pampers. Right, Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the essence of morality, the essence of humanity is preservation of life. The essence of humanity is preservation of life, which is only guaranteed through procreation. When you look at homosexuality, LGBTQ, Right Honorable Speaker, there's no essence. Because by definition, homosexuality, it is a mere sexual attraction and romantic sexual attraction to people of the same sex. There is no essence. It cannot guarantee the continuity of the families. It cannot guarantee.
Thank you, Honorable. You will have more time to speak about homosexuality. And as Honorable Jonathan says, facts speak for themselves. There are some things you don't even speak. You don't even need to speak about them so much because they are ugly. They are so dirty. So we know about homosexuality. Let's leave it as it is. Let's go to the committee and pass the bill. Yes, gender, Whopper, 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to thank you very much for finally having this matter come before us.
Madam Speaker, we passed a law here. We are not going to be doing something new. That government there of NRM connived with some people. They went to court and nullified it. They are now, all of them are quiet.
Do you have evidence to that effect?
I have evidence. I have evidence.
Honorable Ssemujju, let's not start making presumptions.
Yeah, all I am asking, Madam Speaker, since the whole government is here, from Prime Minister to Attorney General, can they tell us why they are not supporting this
But
bill?
Prime Minister stood up. The Prime Minister stood up. She supported. The Prime Minister supported the motion.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I know my brother, he has to talk about the Prime Minister, because that's how he's seen. He's clamoring for recognition.
Honorable Sarah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I do stand to support the motion and to say that God created man and woman for a purpose. He created the animals all paired. He did not create and asked man to be in charge and take care, together with Eve, to be in charge and take care of this universe. It is very unfortunate, Right Honorable Speaker, that the people who brought religion to this country and told us about Jesus Christ and how we should live, and even left in our penal code criminalizing the homosexuality in this country, today have turned around and are trying to create or, tell our people that it is normal to live and get married to a fellow man, or a woman getting married to a fellow woman. Right Honorable Speaker, we need to stand as Ugandans and condemn this act, and we are here, Right Honorable Speaker, to protect our children. The promotion of homosexuality is not in any legislation, and therefore we must also make it an offense for those who are promoting this amongst our children today in schools. I want to call upon the government to stand firm and not be tempted because of money that may be thrown around. We can actually live, Right Honorable Speaker, within our means. So, Right Honorable Speaker, let us all stand up to protect the vulnerable children. And I want to ask the police, Right Honorable Speaker, the NGO board, and all those concerned, that even with existing law, those who are sodomizing children are actually not being taken, they are not being tried in the courts of law. They are actually being protected, Right Honorable Speaker. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I support the motion, and we shall stand firm. Our African and Ugandan and family values.
Thank you so much. As much as we ask government to stand firm, not to get the financial rewards, I also ask you, members of parliament, stand firm, don't go for financial rewards. Don't allow to be bribed by these people in the name of selling your cultures. I have already communicated. I have members here who go soliciting for money from accounting officers. I am going to discipline members. I will name and shame. We appropriate for money in this parliament, and we have money for benchmarking. This business of going to accounting officers, and I'm warning accounting officers, whoever we get doing that, will hold them accountable. But desist from the money for homosexuality. They will come running to you, members of parliament. But remember, you're a voice of the voiceless. You're speaking for the people outside there who cannot speak for this. I now put a question. That Honorable Suman Basalira be granted leave of this House to introduce a private member's bill, the Anti-homosexuality Bill 2023. Those in favor say the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. You can now go and prepare for your bill.
You see, the group that went to court included Fox Odoi, who is NRM. At one time, he was acting principal private secretary to Mr. Museveni. He was his legal officer. he remains connected to State House Fox Odoi. He's an MP now. Andrew Mwena is very close to Museveni. I have no doubt, and I know it, and he says it. All these were just proxies. Because immediately the Constitutional Court nullifies the Anti-Homosexuality Act, Museveni flies to America. And I know for a fact that Museveni had failed to find a hotel in America. The one he had booked in, they cancelled the booking and said this hotel is for homosexualities. You cannot sleep here. So he really had a very difficult time visiting America. So as a result, he assigns his proxies, the Foxes Odoi, to go and petition, and his man Kavuma was in charge of court. So on record, the law was nullified and Museveni flew to America. And now he's about to visit. So the only good thing in this process is for Parliament to say we are not part of that scheme of Museveni. But I can assure you, as soon as this law is passed, there will be another group sponsored by Museveni. Museveni, who signed the law publicly, is the same Museveni who was sponsoring his former private secretary to go and have it annulled. That's why I was telling Parliament, please do not waste your time. Why don't these guys speak about it? And you saw what Nabbanja did. Instead of speaking about the law, she was speaking about Ssemujju, as if I am the law. Abantu abagenda okuwaabira etteeka lino bantu mikwano gya Museveni bakozi be. Fox Odoi yakolanga mu State House. In fact, at one time, Fox Odoi yali acting principal private secretary. Etteeka bwemba mujjukira Museveni yali agenda kukyala mu America, nga America bamugoba ne mu hoteri, ne bamugamba nti hoteri zogenda okusulamu zaba homosexuality, nga talina hoteri gya bookinga. Museveni n'ayitira mu ba Fox Odoi, ba Andrew Mwenda, ne bagenda nga musajja we Kavuma akyaliyo. Etteeka ne baliyisiza ku technicalities. You see, court years abantu abazirimu teri agenda kuyingira mu ggulu. Twabagulira technicalities ezimu kujjawo age limit tebazigoberera. Naye kyatuka ku anti-homosexuality nga Museveni yali agala, ne basalawo era olwamala okulijjako ne baga nti etteeka tulisazizaamu. Museveni yali ku nnyonyi ng'agenda mu America. Kati mpulya ndi Museveni agenda mu America addayo. Kyembadde mbulya Parliament leka kufulanga muzannyo nga abantu abasazamu etteeka weebali. Nabbanja olaba bamugenda jangu oyogerere gavumenti bwagambye, bwayimusa agenda Ssemujju ayagala nnyo okunyogerako n'addayo n'atula. Naye nga kibuzo kibadde kimu, gavumenti muwagira etteeka lino, teriiyo minisita wa gavumenti n'omu ayimiriddeko. Mubabuuza abo bagenda kudduka okuva ku Attorney General. Naye nga kibagana oddiwagira, Museveni akyayagala okubeera mukwano gwa Amerika n'okulya ssente z'Amerika. Era bwe banaaliisa tusabe obulamu, Museveni ajja kuddamu anoonye ba Fox Odoi abapange bagende baddemu balisazeemu babule balateka okuteekawo ensonga nti kino tebakigoberera nga baliyisa. That for us we've done our job once again. But I can assure you, with Museveni still president of Uganda seeking to be very close to America, this law is as good as dead. But we can just put our names on record that for us we considered the law and we passed it. But just count, as soon as it is passed, there will be a group that will go to court. And that group, the connivance between the court and Museveni, and that this law is not there. But for us, we are just going on record that we have once again passed it.